Okay guys, I'm coming to you now with all the ingredients as I would put them in the pot. We're starting off with my roux. My roux is unconventional because I don't put it in the pot in flour and oil like everybody else does. What I do with this, I line the bottom of a baking pan with some flour, basic all-purpose flour, and I put it in the oven at 400 degrees. My setting on my oven. You have to check your oven to see how hot. But basically what you're doing this with this flour, you're going to brown it till it turns like a dark chocolate brown color. Then we have our seasoned chicken, some beef sausage, some shrimp, and our crab. The crab and the shrimp have been seasoned as well with the Old Bay, onion powder, garlic powder, and some Tony Chachere's. I decided not to put the cayenne pepper in this recipe because it might be a little spicy. I like it that way, but everybody doesn't like there. And the Old Bay and the cayenne pepper together already create a spice. So I'm going to get to starting the chicken, browning the chicken, and then from there I'll come back to you. At the very bottom of the pot, I've put about a tablespoon of oil, and I've let that heat up. And to that, after it's heated, I add seasoned chicken. For this, I'm going to brown it. I'm going to brown the chicken, constantly stirring so it doesn't burn. And for those of you who don't like onions and garlic and think these cuts are a bit much, onions and garlic, they basically melt down in the food anyway, so that's why I cut them so big. I'm just going to keep stirring this until it browns, and once the chicken is brown, then I add the sausage. From browning the sausage, I would then add the shrimp and the crab and bring that to a boil. But I'll show you those steps as I get to that part. I'll be back. Okay guys, as you can see, here's an example of what happens to the flour is you leave it in the oven, it browns. I'm going to let it get a little bit darker, but just to show you what's going on. And then here I have my chicken browning. I'm going to add the sausage now and stir and allow that to get brown as well. What I've done is filled the container that I had the chicken seasoned with water. As the sausage and the chicken come to a brown and a boil, and it's already juices, I will add this water. As you can see, my sausage, my chicken are to a brown. Now I'm going to add the water. Stirring the pot. We'll let this come to a boil because basically your chicken is almost done. By the time you add the shrimp and the crab and then add the browning of the flour for the roux, your gumbo will be done. But I'm going to go ahead and cover this pot and let it come to a boil. And then I'll come back and add my shrimp and crab. Okay guys, chicken, sausage, been brought to a boil. I'm getting ready now to add the shrimp, the crab, and I'm going to show you how I add my roux. I'm going to stir the pot. You're just going to stir everything together. It doesn't take that long for crabs and shrimp to cook. That's why I put them in last. And when everything is almost done, you're going to just let it sit so it will get the flavor of everything. I'm going to add my blackened flour, as you can see, and it's pretty dark, and this is how I'm going to make my roux. Add it to a little space, and I just kind of drop it in here and stir it up, kind of break the flour down. Just keep stirring this up and breaking the flour down. This flour is going to break up, mashing on the edges to break it down. And I just keep stirring until the flour breaks down. Like I said, I know this is unconventional, but this is how I make my roux. It just takes a lot of the grease away from the gumbo itself. Okay, as you can see, my crabs and my shrimp have turned pink, which means basically they're done. You don't want to overcook your seafood. It gets all rubbery. Now the final, and I would think like the most important part of this, besides you knowing how to season your food, is the gumbo fillet. You're going to sprinkle some of this in your gumbo. And stir. As you can see, the blackened flour melted. I had to assist a few pieces by mashing them on the side of the pot, but it's all melted in here. And I'm going to go ahead, stir this in real good, then cover the pot. Turn off the stove and just let everything just kind of simmer and sit in its juices. Serve over rice. Serve just as is with some saltine crackers. I like it either way, or both. Hope you enjoyed my recipe. I've already tasted. Yes, I cheated, and it is absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching, YouTube. You guys have a great one.